Hello and welcome to the channel. Wanted to give you guys a 100-mile update on the Exway Flex. I've actually hit more than 100 miles, but wanted to give you some additional details at the milestone that I've reached. So the very first thing I want to discuss is the actual peeling up of the grip tape when you want to change the drivetrain system. If you saw my previous video, you saw that when I changed from the belt system to the hub system, I actually peeled up that back grip tape so that I can access the bolts. But someone pointed out to me, they said, hey man, you don't have to do that. You can leave the base plate and then just remove the trucks at the place where it connects at the pin area. And that's what I was actually able to do when I switched back from the hub system to the belt drive system. However, when I did want to install the shred lights on the front of my board, I did have to peel up the grip tape so that I could access the bolts and put on the shred lights. So once again, just wanted to share that information with you guys and give you a little bit of update on swapping out the drivetrain systems. One of the other things I wanted to share was that when I spoke about the brakes when I was utilizing the hub system, I explained that I actually switched to free mode so that the brakes will be a little bit stronger. And what I'm here to tell you is that even though I've switched back to the belt drive system, I am in love with the free mode so much that I'm just going to rock free mode from here on out. And some of you guys who aren't familiar with free mode is kind of like the boosted brake system, which is that instead of when you pull back on the throttle, instead of just braking, the board actually goes in reverse. And what I've been able to experience is that the brakes are actually stronger that way because you can stop really hard and you can stop, like literally make a complete stop on declines as well. So even though I don't have the hub systems on, I'm going to leave it in free mode because I am so impressed with the braking system with the free mode option. It's just very impressive. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, which is actually pretty small, but it's something that you'll notice when you've had the board for a while, is that I like the fact that Exway provided long hardware screws on their boards. And the reason why I like that is because when I put on the bash guard, it's actually a little bit thicker than the riser pad that it comes standard with. But then also when I utilize the shred light system and I put on the brackets, having longer screws allows me not to have to worry about not having enough room when you actually screw when you're screwing the bolts back in place because you have so much excess. So I actually really like the fact that Exway provided the hardware with the longer bolts and stuff like that. Probably some of the reason why they're doing that as well is because actually Exway is actually coming out with their own bash guards as well. So having that longer hardware, it makes a difference when you talk about having space to be able to screw the bolts back in place and still feel like it's very secure. One of the other things that people continue to ask me about, they said that because the concave of the deck is so deep, people are wondering whether or not your feet will get fatigued after riding the board for a while. And to be honest about it, I have to say no. I actually really like that deep concave because, and my wife actually likes it a lot as well. I feel like it really allows you to be incredibly aggressive when you're pumping and carving because your feet stay in place. And I don't have any issues with it whatsoever. I actually really like it. It's probably one of the most severe concaves that I've experienced on the board before, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So I don't think people have to worry much about having foot fatigue or anything like that. That was a question I continuously got as well about the board. And then the final thing I wanted to kind of share with you guys, somebody else asked me, they said, hey, being that the deck is a little bit shorter on the Exway Flex, do you feel like it's an uncomfortable stance for somebody who might be a little bit taller? And I'm 6'1.5", and I would say that I feel pretty comfortable with the stance that I'm able to have on the board, and I don't feel uncomfortable at all. So that's some of the updates I wanted to share with you guys. I hope the information was helpful. As always, I see at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Peace.
I hope you guys enjoyed my video, so subscribe.
Hold on, not my video, my dad's video. It's my video. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I hope you enjoyed my dad's video, and subscribe and hit a like so you don't miss any of our videos. Bye.
Heard it here.